Hey, it's Baz. Today we're going to look at my community called Books to Cash on the Skool platform. And my community is about training frustrated Substack, might I say, newsletter writers who haven't made much money at all on that platform, and how I want to show you a different way that you can make significant income, a full-time income, ghostwriting for clients. And this isn't just ghostwriting for like email series or website copy or marketing fluff that doesn't really get all that exciting. What I specialize in is writing brief books, mini books, which are usually digital and or paperback books that are fewer than 100 pages when printed via Amazon KDP. And I write those for clients including technical experts, senior service providers, coaches, etc., who don't have the time to write the books themselves, but they really want to get a book out there in order to reinforce their credibility, establish their reputation, and maybe even get a raise from the boss. Okay? So having a book with your name on it can be extremely validating in your industry. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And I'll show you a little bit behind the scenes what is here in the community and whether or not it might be for you. So this is the only page that you can currently see. And if you go to www.skool, that's skool.com/books2cash/about, then you can look at this page for yourself. The one thing I'll draw to your attention is in this discussion, I won't go through it. This is just telling you what the community holds for you. But on this first line, I put in a hyperlink that takes you to this particular page. And this page is a link to my email newsletter. It's not a Substack site. It is just an email newsletter that I send out a couple of times a week in which I discuss the industry, really the specialty of ghostwriting brief books for clients. And whether you are a technical expert, a coach, a subject matter expert in your industry, and you're looking to have a book ghostwritten for you, or you're a frustrated newsletter writer looking to make more money from what you do best, which is writing, then this is a great place to start. Because in this newsletter, I talk about different facets of ghostwriting, brief books for clients. And it's a great way to learn about whether or not this is the right move for you. It's free, and I invite you to subscribe. When you do, I'm going to send you this 46-page PDF called Don't Write Your Book. The subtitle is Why Delegating Authorship is Often the Smarter Move. And it is for a lot of folks. So I hope that you will take the time to subscribe there and download that book from the first email that I'll send you in response. All right. So I make the case here that ghostwriters, and I think this will kind of help put it in perspective. A ghostwriter of a brief book is more like an executive producer than the star of the show. Obviously, the ghostwriter is not mentioned, okay, when they ghostwrite a book. We make sure that the project is completed on time, on budget, with minimal hiccups. And if you think about it, when you watch the Oscars, I assume everyone has done that at least once in their life. When you watch the Oscars and you get to the final award of the night, which is the best picture of the year, they usually, they announce the nominees, the winner is announced, and then who comes up is usually the producers. The producers, the executive producers, are who receive the awards. And that's because they're the organizing force behind the film. And just like that, ghostwriters are the organizing entity behind a successful brief book for a technical expert or coach or service provider. So we do all of the stuff behind the scenes, and we make sure that it's on time, on budget, and that the spotlight remains on the client. We write in the client's voice, and we make them shine. It's not, we don't reflect that on ourselves. So if you can live with that and make good money in the process, I think that's a pretty good thing to do. All right. So let me show you a little bit behind the scenes about what the community is like. I'll take you behind the scenes here and show you, this is just the general discussion area where we have posts here that you can reply to and interact with individuals that are also in the community. This is also where we post our progress in different aspects of the training. So it's a kind of an ongoing engagement series. We have a classroom. Now the classroom is where usually you would find courses. And there are a few courses, but I'll explain those in a second. The main attraction here is the private Ghostwriter studio. And the Ghostwriter studio is not really a course. These aren't really courses, but these, I call them blocks. And when you go through the first block is in positioning. And each block really has one lesson only. There's one lesson that I put a lot of work into, as you can see here. Okay, here's the entire narrative lesson. So this is everything that we need to know about locking in your positioning as a ghostwriter. And when you've got a handle on this, then you go to the next block. And that block is the same block except with an action step. So for every block of training, it is followed by an action step. And you can't go any further until you've completed that action step. And that action step is not completed until you've completed it, you've posted it in the community, I have read it, I have commented on it, and you've made any changes that I tell you are necessary. At that point, because I'm more interested in you getting it right than just checking off a box, at that point, I allow you to go ahead into the next block. Because I want to make sure that you get everything, all your ducks in a row, as they say, before moving on to the next block. Because unless you figure out block 1, block 2 will be harder. Each block builds one upon the other in this rapidly building skill set of becoming a ghostwriter. So that's how the classroom works. I'm not going to take you inside each one of these, but I will tell you a little bit about what else is here. Before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about the cost, the investment. Now, I've gone all over the map here as far as pricing this community, and what I finally settled on to start off the new year are 2 entry levels. The first one is pretty bare bones, okay? It is the basic plan of $99 per year. That's for 12 months. And in that standard tier, what you'll get is all 4 of my brief books, the over-the-shoulder series guide that helps you plan, write, edit, launch, and build a business around a single brief book. So I've kind of written the books on this. You'll get all those free in PDF. And there's also 2 courses in the classroom that I'm going to give you for free. I want to show you those right now. This one here is called Write Your Book in 33 Days. And this is a course that will take you through each step each step that really kind of summarizes all 4 of my books, but puts them into a nice, succinct package that allows you to go through this process in 33 days. And if you follow along each one of these lessons, you will actually go through each of the steps that are required in a condensed format in order to write and publish your brief book. So that's one. And then the other course is this one here. Let me zoom in on that here. That's called your first four revenue streams. And those revenue streams, they are 4 revenue streams that you can build, that you can create to support any brief book that you write. Okay. Now, if you're writing for a client, that might be an add-on that you add on to your package that allows you to charge more for that particular bonus. But we can talk about that as you get into the more advanced training. And speaking of the advanced training, let me get back to the pricing here. So not only do you get those 2 courses in the standard program, or the standard tier, but you also get access to all of the discussion threads and the workshops, both live, those are free of charge, and also the recorded playbacks. And I give these about once a month. And then the premium tier is $600 a year. Now you might think that's a huge jump. I originally had priced the entire community at $1,200 a year, and even that was priced pretty low. And that's because not only do you get everything in the standard tier, but you also get the extras that are here, I've listed here on the right. You get full access to the private Ghostwriter studio. That's all the blocks of training, my personalized feedback every week from your progress so that we know that your ghostwriting business is being organized the right way, in the correct order, and that nothing is out of place by the time that you are ready to land that first client. You get the weekly studio group sessions. That says goop session. I'll correct that. There's no goop involved. Okay, no slime. Just group coaching once a week, where we all get together and we talk about the progress that everyone's making and how to move forward collectively and individually. And then you also get this course that is really about a $500 course. I want to show that to you. That's called the High Income Ghostwriter course. Now that is a course that I put a lot of time and energy into creating. And I use a lot of these lessons here in all 6 modules as background for the blocks here. So I took the best lessons out of that particular course and made them the foundation for the private Ghostwriter studio. But I want to give you that course here for free because it's great information to have on hand. And in some of these blocks, I refer to these other lessons for future, for your own edification and for reference material. You don't necessarily have to have those to complete the blocks, but it's a nice to have. Okay. So, and then these are the over-the-shoulder books here that I mentioned that you'll be getting for free in the $99 level, and both levels actually, both tiers. All right. So let's see. I think that was everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a quick tour, tell you a little bit about what we do here at Books to Cash, what it can do for you. I will tell you that my own history is that I spent about 2 years really trying to make a paid newsletter work over on Substack. I probably started maybe 6 or 7 different newsletters trying to find a niche that I both liked, could stay in, and that could support monetization. I met with difficulty. I talked to all the gurus that were over there offering their particular take on how to be successful. I'm here now, okay? I have found that ghostwriting for clients is much more profitable and much more enjoyable. I can dictate my own income. I'm not charging $12 a month to keep people satisfied for a month. I'm no longer on the hamster wheel of continual content creation that somebody gets their credit card bill and says, oh, I can save $12 next month. Let's drop out of that. You pay $99 a year and you're good for the entire 12 months. And if you never upgrade, then that's good for you, okay? Next year when your membership is up for renewal, you can either upgrade then or stay at $99. You're always going to renew at that lower amount. Now, if you decide to... So I believe that was everything I wanted to cover today. I hope that you will join me at whichever level you feel comfortable joining. $99 will get you an entire year. If you want to upgrade, that $99 gets prorated and applied directly to your upgrade price if you want to join the Ghostwriter Studio. Wherever you feel comfortable is where I want you to be. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you inside. Books to Cash.